Bill Tire presents Hoop It Up on WSBT-22 with Pete Byrne and Carl Deffenbaugh.
Good evening and welcome to Hoop It Up. Pete Byrne, Carl Deffenbaugh here. Carl, one of the busiest nights of the year, and I think the hoops purists think maybe one of the best too, sectional semifinal night.
Absolutely. So many teams in action, and the games really lived up to it tonight as well. We got some good stuff coming for you.
Stuff from all four classes. We begin tonight in Class 4A at Plymouth with South Bend, Washington, riding high after winning the NIC title last week. Standing in their way tonight, though, the host Plymouth Pilgrims. Let's head on down there where there was a great crowd you knew there would be. And Plymouth came to play. They got out to a hot start tonight. Nick Felke knocks down the three-pointer from the corner. Plymouth with an early one-point lead. But Washington would keep this one close. They do it with their speed. Tony Brazier the steal. The other way for the layup. Panthers, however, struggle offensively tonight in Plymouth. Quite the opposite. They were sharpshooting. That's Jack Barron from the corner, nailing the three and then firing an arrow into the crowd. They are fired up, and I don't blame them. Plymouth knocks off the NIC champs tonight, 53-46, taking down South Bend, Washington. So tomorrow night, they get the winner of Mishawaka and South Bend Riley, two NIC foes meeting in the early game. First half, Shamar Dillard makes a no-look pass to Roland Austin, who goes up for the easy two. Wildcats up by 7 already. But the Cavemen answer. Jordan Arts lets it fly from the corner. He would go on to have 34 points tonight, but even those 34 weren't enough to stop Riley. Demezy Anderson knocks down the open look. 3 of his 30 points, some big numbers tonight. Riley wins at 80-64. They'll play tomorrow for the sectional title.
Cool scene over at Northside Gym tonight. Al Rhodes spent 2 decades coaching at Warsaw, winning 405 games and, of course, that 1984 state championship. Now he's leading his Kingsmen against the Tigers for just the 2nd time. Warsaw, of course, having a fantastic season as well under Doug Ogle, 21-1 so far. And we pick things up in the first quarter. Kyle Mangus getting into the lane and pulling up for 2. Warsaw with the early lead. Then Mangus to Paul Marindet, who gives it right back, a 3 from the wing, and Warsaw leads by 4. Penn's Tyler Seeger, though, would hit from the wing as they pull within 1 at that point. So a close game in the early goings, but Warsaw able to pull away and win big, 52-31. They just keep on rolling. The nightcap at Northside Central on its home court, taking on Goshen. Blazers lead in the second. Antoine Allen is open at the top of the key and rattles home a 3. Central up by 12. And they were doing it on both ends of the court. Langston Johnson fought through a screen for that steal, then lays it in at the other end. It's 25-13. Now, just before halftime, the Redhawks' Cam Klein able to get into the paint, off glass and in, but this was an impressive showing by the Blazers, who are getting hot in the postseason. Central wins 68-40, so they will take on Warsaw tomorrow at 7:30. The Tigers have been so solid all year, but Central peaking at the right time should be a good one.
I was going to say that, just the one loss for Warsaw, but Central has played very well. That'll be a fun game to watch tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That takes care of our business tonight in Class 4A, but in 3A, it always seems to come down to St. Joe and Marion in the one sectional, and wouldn't you know it, they meet again tonight. Knights, of course, looking to avenge a loss at the hands of the Indians. Each of the last 2 sectionals, Marion was trailing tonight at halftime, but they go on a run to start the 3rd quarter. Jake Whitfield knocks down the three-pointer, part of a 10-1 run, and the Knights open up the lead. But trailing in the second half, back comes St. Joe. Dom Farrell scores in transition, and he's fouled. We got a 4-point game in the 4th quarter. Then Sam Quinn drives. He draws the foul. 2-point game. 46 seconds to go, and Quinn is fired up. But Marion's got the ball, so St. Joe needs a stop, or even better, a turnover.
Wow.
Quinn back up, and we are tied, and this one is headed to overtime, all knotted at 51 each. Is St. Joe going to do it to Marion again? Not this time. Matt Bernard, a force in overtime. The rebound goes up for 2. He also hit several clutch free throws for the Knights. And then Jair Rogers comes up with a steal, takes it the other way for the bucket. Marion wins 71-65 in overtime. Knights moving on to the sectional title game. Who are they going to face? Tomorrow they will get the winner of New Prairie and Culver Academy, 2 teams they have already played and already beaten this season. Great sequence coming up here early in the first quarter. Ethan Britton Watts drives baseline, double clutches, and scores. Culver Academy up by 4. But watch New Prairie fast breaking off the made basket. That's Bryce Blood, the great catch, and makes the sweet reverse. We got a 2-point game. But eventually, the Academy pulls away. Ignis Masulionis into the lane, hits the floater. Culver Academy wins at 62-46. They got Marion tomorrow.
You had to practice that one, didn't you?
Couple times.
Northwood, #1 in the polls, #1 in the stands, too. Great support out there at the pit. as the Panthers were hosting Lakeland. Braxton Linville setting them up as Vince Miranda would knock them down. Northwood up 47-31 in the third quarter. Linville just in complete control of this offense. A little shake and bake there to free up Caleb Lung.
Very nice.
Now a 22-point lead. And here we go with the mic drop moment, Pete. This is coming off a Lakers miss. You see DeKyron Fox, he's off to the races. A thunder dunk at the other end. And that's going to earn you all of the high fives from the student section. Fox led the way with 22 tonight as Northwood rolls 62-39.
Why they're number one.
Exactly. So who will they face in the title game? Fairfield and Tippy Valley going at it. Falcons sporting the Digger Phelps collection uniforms, highlighted yellow there. Sam Brown backing down his man, 12-8 there late in the first quarter. At the other end, though, Alec Craig with a jump stop and somehow beats 3 defenders to score. Fairfield led 28-12 at halftime, but get this, Valley had a huge second half, scoring 43 points to come back and win 55-49. They had 26 in the fourth quarter alone.
Impressive. Impressive turnaround. Well, that takes care of Class 4A and 3A, but that means we're just halfway done with the night. 2 more classes still to go here on Hoop It Up. The gym was rocking down in Bourbon tonight for the home Triton Trojans. We've got highlights of the Class A sectional and more on Hoop It Up.